everybody, and welcome to another episode of That Podcast. Enjoy the show.
Okay, let's go.
All right, we're recording.
Hi, everybody.
That's
Hey.
what red means.
All right.
Hello. Hello. Ryan.
Hey, hello.
I brought this gigantic,
Ginormous.
delicious, anonymously placed Reese's peanut butter cups. It's like a double quarter pounder on steroids of just peanut butter and chocolate.
And it
So
would
does
still
that mean
be,
each cup is half a pound,
and it would be,
right?
Yep.
It
8
would-
ounces.
yeah, 2 half-pound
it's
cups
called 2 half-pound cups.
of Reese's peanut butter cups.
It's like it reminds me a little bit of like an old school Kindle.
yeah.
Like it's about that size.
Yeah. You know, it would still be anonymous, too, if it wasn't for these meddling children.
What?
Because all I did,
Didn't say anything.
I didn't do anything either.
you
I
did.
simply asked the question. You outed yourself, sir.
No, because he texted me separately, and
Okay.
and he already knew, or was it over the phone?
No. I texted you after. So I come into my
I didn't
office.
tell him. I just told him to guess who was last in Hershey.
Okay, so we've got 2
Dana's-
half-pound.
Dana's
If it
better
wasn't
at
for these
clues
meddling
than me.
kids and process of elimination.
Yeah.
It very much was like me being Scooby-Doo, only on like halfway through my first half cup of coffee in the morning, and I'm like, wow, where'd this come from? And I'm like, wow, who would give me a gigantic peanut butter cup? And Dana walks up and she's like, who do you think would give you a gigantic peanut butter cup? I'm like, I don't know. She goes, who was last in Pennsylvania? I'm like, my daughter Addie. I have no idea. She's like, think a little harder. I'm like, oh yeah, Ryan was just there, wasn't he? Oh, it was Ryan.
So you did out me on this.
I didn't. I provided clues.
I was Scooby-Doo and she was Velma, basically just dropping hints
Yep.
to the Scooby snack. So that's when I texted you. to be like,
Okay. Thanks for the diabetes. I
thank
think.
you for the diabetes. Because that's what it is. It's
Well, that's what Mark said when he came in on Monday. He was like, "Who's trying to give the bastard?" And I was like,
If you're wondering about a little bit of context on this, a couple episodes back, we had the definitive Ryan,
Well,
Final
definitive.
answer.
up until now.
because somehow your choice is going to go from the smallest of smalls to the.
To the giant.
Ryan's just like, I want a little taste or go big or go home. There's no in between. But yeah, we had a whole contest. We all sat down and tried out our favorite Reese's treats, and I don't know if we changed each other's minds at all, but I was
No, I
pretty.
don't think so.
I was pretty locked in. I still am. I told the lady at the gas station yesterday when I picked up my daily jumbo Reese's cup.
Daily.
I was like, I love these so much, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when they stop having them because it says for a limited time.
Oh, boy.
But then you brought this just beautiful, nightmarishly delicious. My mouth is watering as I'm looking at it.
2 half-pound.
2
I
half
love how,
pound
like, in the
cups.
design of the packaging is the to and from of like you
Yeah.
don't need to wrap this.
No,
This
this is a yes.
Why would you wrap this?
No.
you need to show. They need to see this immediately.
Exactly.
What I'm curious about is, so usually you know how on packaging they've got the picture and it's like enlarged to show details.
Not.
Does that just say, no, this is legit?
Yeah.
Accurate size.
Yes.
That's how big
About
they
it.
are.
Not kidding.
Actually, it says enlarged for detail.
Aw, man.
Yep.
Honestly, though, that might be.
So give us the story. How did you get this thing back? I mean, you had to rent like a 15
Did you need to
wheeler,
buy a whole
16
new
wheeler or
suitcase?
something.
No, see, we went. This is
You made your kids leave some clothes at the hotel so you would have room for it?
Oh no! We planned ahead. This was like our 6th trip to.
Strapped her to the roof of the family wagon. Drove fast when it started to rain.
What you didn't see was the car like tilted back just from the weight.
We flew.
Oh.
We flew. This is like our 6th trip to central Pennsylvania around Harrisburg. We have some friends who live there, and Hershey is, 45 minutes away, half hour, 45 minutes away.
Leisurely drive away.
Yeah, leisurely drive across the Susquehanna River. What? That's what it's
Okay.
called.
Did you
that's
fly
great.
in and drive past the Schuylkill?
We flew into Baltimore.
Spelled Scully Kill River? The Schuylkill?
No. Maybe we did.
That's in Philadelphia.
Then no. We fly into Baltimore,
And drive up. It's
rent a
faster.
car and drive up because it's like an hour and a half, and you go through Amish country and York Or as Milady says, York Paw.
Yeah.
That's what I call my GPS, Milady. So she'll say,
I had a better opinion of Tabitha until you just said that. So
yep, that's what. And Tab knows that I call my GPS voice, Milady.
So Siri, when I called you when I was in my car, and I said, Siri, call Ryan Janke. Calling Rian Yonka.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it fancied up your last name.
Well,
So being on the radio, if you just suddenly wanted to come in one day and be like, this is Rian Yonka reporting live for KVLY.
sometimes no KFGO.
Oh, wrong one.
Yeah.
Okay.
KFGO.
It's literally on his shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing it right now. So sometimes on KFGO I'll say Ryan Janke.
Jean K.
I'll say that, but not in a serious way.
Sure.
Obviously. But when I call
No, you can
Sarah,
say
it's
anything
it's
in a serious way.
when I call Sarah, it's Sarah DeYonge in the
Deonge.
car. And sometimes I'll say call Tab on cell, and it'll start calling one of the Ballingers. Pick one. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. Calling Ezra Ballinger. No. Then you're driving, so you're like, stop.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went there and we went to Hershey. This was the first time we didn't take the tour, because you can take the little tour in the car and see how it's made and smell all the chocolate and all that. And
It's
then
my
you get
favorite part.
Yep. Then
They
you get
give you little chocolates. don't
a little Hershey bar when you're done. Yep. We didn't do that this time. Which, did you know that the little Hershey bars, if they melt to complete liquid and you put them in milk, they don't make chocolate milk. They just turn into
They
a
solidify.
hard. They solidify as soon as they hit the milk. So it's just like a chunk of Hershey's chocolate in there.
How good is that?
Well, it just tastes like a Hershey's.
I'm surprised
Chocolate.
they haven't started marketing that. Like melt down your little Hershey's.
Hershey's boba.
Yes. Oh, there's a market for
Delicious.
that.
There you go.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
Trademarked.
so we bought a bunch of stuff, including this package of 2 half-pound Reese's peanut butter cups.
What else was in the Hershey's haul? Do you know off the top of your head? What else did you get besides this?
Oh, lots of just regular-sized candy bars of all varieties that you can't get here. We got a whatchamacallit, which you can get here. But there was something else called...
It's
what,
like its sister
Yeah.
brand, like a
Oh,
Who's a What's It.
Who's the What's
It?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Yep.
I've only seen
Did
those.
you guess?
Yeah.
I've only seen those in Sheetz gas stations. Who's a What's It?
Yep.
I didn't realize that they were also Hershey's.
Yeah, they are.
Or whatchamacallits, Hershey's too.
Yep.
So they have everything. They're like the WWE of candy.
I don't think they have Nestle bars. Or
Yeah, I'm missing out on Crunch.
Crackle.
Well, M&M is Mars,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
which interestingly, Mars Corporation just bought Pop-Tarts.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Pop Tarts. I should buy a box of Pop Tarts.
In order to compete with Hershey's. That's specifically what they said, because Hershey's is now in the sweet and salty snack business.
I like that. So we
How does
got
Pop
Well,
Tarts?
I'm like, are we going to start getting
I don't know.
savory Pop Tarts?
I think whoever owns
salted
Pop-Tarts,
caramel Pop-Tarts.
I was just
Ooh,
thinking
bring that
like
on.
cheese Pop Tarts,
Oh.
like Cheese
Oh.
Whiz.
How could you toast those?
So
It turns into like nacho cheese in the middle.
Pop-Tarts is owned by Kellogg's, which just last year split itself in half and made a different company called like Kellogg's, which is like their snacky foods rather than their cereal stuff.
Oh, sure.
And it's Pop-Tarts and it's like Pringles
Sure.
and a couple other things. Anyway, M&M's bought those because they thought that would help them compete with the behemoth, which is Hershey's, and all the goodies that they have.
Okay.
Interesting.
So we there's a lot of candy and some clothing, and we got some shakes there too. $9 for a shake. It wasn't worth $9, but we bought them. Now we know for next time.
Now you know.
We'll save the I think we only got 2 of them, so we'll save the $18.
What flavors of shakes do they have at Hershey's?
Like
Is there one for every kind of candy they have?
no, there's like what did we get? There's like regular shakes just made with Hershey's chocolate when there's chocolate in them, you know.
Now I've been to Hershey's, but I don't recall this because I didn't look that closely because I think I was just kind of overwhelmed by the amount of candies there were. And I remember seeing the big Reese's, and in my mind, it's way bigger than this. Like,
well, they do have the 5-pound Hershey Hershey bars and Kit Kats bars and like the 3-foot-long Twizzlers and whatnot.
Right. But what I'm wondering is what they need if they don't, and if you don't have this Hershey's, give me a kickback and I'll try to make it happen.
10%
They need a Dairy Queen stand that just has the different kinds of Reese's Pieces and peanut butter cup blizzards that you can get, and that's all they serve. Nothing else.
That would be good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like that.
Came up with that on my own.
I like it. Yeah, it's a little world there.
Yeah.
Hershey.
Is it anything like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory? Like any fear of a child falling into a chocolate river? Or
No, I don't think
getting
so.
sucked into a tube.
As long as they stay in their little car on
You're
the
good?
tour.
There's not one Oompa Loompa that I saw
No.
in the whole thing.
So back to your other question. We flew Southwest, so you each get a carry-on and you each get a checked bag. Well, we didn't need that much luggage, so we each brought our checked bag or our carry-on bag, and then we checked an extra one just for bringing back food, which we brought back a lot.
Did that make it through checkpoints okay, or they're like, we got to open this up and look through this thing?
No, the only problem we had was the big bag had it was like 53 pounds, so I had to move a jar of, I don't know, like pie filling to a
I'm like, open it.
to a different
Jar
bag.
Open it
and-
up, kids. Everybody get a bar.
this is also where like I know I'd be the terrible TSA agent. Be like, as it goes through the X-ray machine, be like, oh, that one's full of Reese's. I better check that one out.
Exactly.
You see empty wrappers.
Kind of what I was implying there is like,
Yeah, no, I think we came back with
I
everything.
wonder how much
They got to see
those
a lot through.
airports around there. Just like, I know where you guys went on vacation.
That's another good
Yep.
Hershey's idea is like a bag that is solely
Just like an
for-
insulated bag.
Yeah.
Of like one of those
like it weighs like
chilled-
almost nothing, so you can truly fill it
Yeah.
with all
Yep.
candies and whatnots.
Yep. So yeah, we brought back Hershey's. Everything came back. Nothing broke. We had jars of but pie filling, and we had chocolate, and we had alcohol, and
Sounds like we need to go to the Janky's house.
I know.
well, no, the alcohol is gone.
Oh, I'm talking about pie.
I kid.
I'm not talking about you. That you lush. Come on, what are we talking?
Ryan, do we
Blueberry,
need to
cherry.
have a like,
Joking,
discussion?
joking. No, we brought
It's
a lot
been
of
that
stuff.
long since you were there.
I can't believe that nothing got crushed. Nothing.
That is pretty amazing.
Nothing broke. We wrapped everything. We stayed at an Airbnb, so we were able to wash all our laundry and just wrapped everything in
Oh, sure.
clothes.
Ah,
So,
Smart.
So that worked out well.
That was going to be my next question before you shared that you drank all the booze. Is this the last piece of candy from your trip? Or is there more? Do you have it all stashed away at your house?
We still have some.
Okay.
You guys like squirrels where you're like, okay, now we keep this back here. We take it out.
No,
For winter.
No, it's sitting there. But when you go there, it's Hershey's everywhere, so you kind of get your fill for a while,
Oh, sure.
and then you're like, oh yeah, maybe I'll have this candy bar.
I'm going to have a celery stick.
And then it's been there for 2 months, and you eat it, and the next day, hey, who took my?
Yeah, right.
Who's a what's it?
Who's gonna eat that?
Yep.
Who's what's it? Well, you know what? I think what we need to do is add this. This is a new item to add to our Reese's, whatever you call it, whatever we did. The
Gauntlet?
yeah, and decide where does this stand on our standings of best to worst? If you can remember what your standings were.
If it's the ratio.
Ryan, look at it.
Well, what I'm saying is that if it's just like a regular one, except on a larger scale.
I want someone from
listen.
Hershey's to reach out and be like, The ratio of peanut butter to chocolate is the same on every single
Right?
one.
I don't
No
think
matter
so.
what.
It's qualitative.
I got a feeling that one of these things is like one of those big bag of
One doubles?
miniatures. Like all of the chocolate and peanut butter in here is this equivalent to one bag of the miniatures.
I should have got 2 of these just so that I could. I've been curious. Like,
So your luggage would be
I
even
think-
55?
I think it's even in. I can't tell if it's in like a regular, one of the black
little
wrapper,
what?
dark brown wrappers.
See, that's what I was wondering.
That
Well,
Do
is
they
listen,
have like
parchment
specialty?
paper roll.
Now is the time for the unveiling. So
Oh,
technically,
they're yours.
I know you gave them to me, but
gifted
but
them.
I'm too nervous. I need you to open it. So
Here.
and let us know what's what.
Would you like the plate and knife?
So this is a kind of a funny story too. I asked Dayna because I was filming something else because we're getting ready for Rally Day. I said, "Can you go see if there's like a pizza cutter or a plate?" And she comes over afterwards, and she's got a pizza cutter in one hand and this like butcher knife in the other hand. And just the look on her face was like, "This is a little terrifying."
Oh wow.
It's
Holy
in like
moly!
a pie tin almost.
It
It's
is.
plastic.
Well, I suppose.
Here, you can save.
Ooh.
I'm gonna hang that up next to your.
Put it in a
It is
picture
your
frame in the
office.
office.
I'm gonna put it up next to the mustaches up there. Make a plane out of
Oh
this
my,
thing.
that
This
looks
is-
like
It smells like a Reese's.
it looks like a pie.
It
Like,
does.
all of a sudden, there's just like a lot.
Wow.
Oh yay.
All right. Okay. Who wants to cut? Let's cut some equal
Just what,
pieces here.
half?
Might as, yeah.
Holy moly, we're each
You
gonna have
could go
half.
a quarter.
I wonder if this. Can I have one of those plates? I'll see if you can't cut it in. You
If
can't
can-
cut it
if you
inside
can
this thing.
Flip it over
Yeah.
and drop it out like you would like a.
It's like a bunt cake.
Yeah.
look at that.
Perfect. Look at that.
Perfect. Oh, this is amazing.
All right. Now will it cut?
Well, okay, so the reason why I brought the nut, because you asked for a pizza cutter, and I was like,
There's no way.
the pizza cutter was so tiny that I was like, I don't think.
Look at that.
Are we cutting them in quarters?
You
Or are
want
we
to
doing
quarter
half?
it?
Really go quarters.
Sarah doesn't want a full half.
You can cut them in as
Although
many
you could cut
pieces
it
as you
into
want.
eighths,
I'm
in
still
which
eating a
case-
half. So
If you cut into eighths, then that is the accurate serving size.
If
for
I
the
if
table.
I cut it one more time, it's gonna turn into mush. I'm
Fine, then
afraid.
you get 2 servings, Sarah.
There we are.
there we are.
Look at that.
All right. Do we need forks too?
I don't think so.
We'll pass these around. We'll pretend to be civilized and pass these around.
I think the ratio is going to be perfect.
It just looks like a giant version of the giant cup,
Are you
like a Mongo version.
or
So you
just
toss the joke.
Ryan is now stabbing the pieces
Yeah.
and handing them out.
Here.
yeah, and that
It's
was
not going
like,
well.
You literally were the one that was like, if I cut this one more time, it's gonna turn into mush.
Stab, stab,
I
stab.
know. I ruined it.
All right, here we go.
Oh
Here's
boy.
the big unveiling. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh my.
I can't wait. There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's,
Mm-mm.
I've heard.
Mm-mm.
That's my new favorite.
I think this has a better ratio than the mega cup.
I almost feel different. I'm like, it's too much peanut butter.
You think so?
I haven't fully committed to that.
You haven't gotten to the outside
Yeah.
edge yet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think I just ate the equivalent of a jumbo Reese's peanut butter cup.
Because what's the serving size again? Serving size is an eighth, right?
Oh, there's a serving size? I just saw
Yeah.
two half pounds. 1/8 piece. So yeah, this is a serving
you.
size. About 16 servings per container. Holy
Wow.
moly.
16 servings?
But also 3 grams of protein.
Well, you're loading up on your carbs.
Yeah.
Your sodium intake, that's often really low. My 3 grams of protein is pretty good. There's 2% calcium, 4% iron, and 2% potassium.
See?
So it's healthy.
It's everything
Yeah.
you need.
So if
Basically
you
a daily vitamin.
need, that's right. You need to eat 50 of these to get your daily potassium serving.
Oh.
So let's keep them coming.
Could you imagine?
Just eat 50 pounds of this thing. Oh, that'd be miserable.
When's the next LCMC convention in Pennsylvania?
I'm gonna have to look to see if you can order Hershey's.
I know what I'm
Land
going to write on the
online.
card this year to say Hershey is where we need to go.
That was good. It was perfect. I'm talking. Yeah, that's my new favorite.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about road tripping out there next time so that we could bring back more things.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to have to.
So I don't want to just invite myself along, but I did just buy a pickup.
Oh, what kind
And
of
it has
pickup?
Do you know how much stuff we could get in the back of that pickup?
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, your pickup has a cooler function in
It
the
does.
underneath.
Oh,
It's got a built-in cooler.
what kind of pickup is it?
It's a Honda Ridgeline.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
As the guy who sold it to me told me,
Mm-hmm.
so you know it's true,
Mhm.
because he was selling it to me.
Yeah.
He says
They
this
never
is,
lie.
this is not a truck. This is a gentleman's pickup.
A gentleman's
Oh.
pickup.
Because he asked me, you know, what do you want a truck for? Because I tried a bunch of trucks. Like I was like, I really want a truck. I live in Fargo, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve a truck.
Yeah.
So I tried a Toyota Tundra. I tried a Toyota Tacoma.
Mhm.
Great vehicles.
Mhm.
Tried a Ford Ranger. Tried, Nissan's Frontier.
Oh,
Nissan
okay.
Frontier.
Mhm.
None of them the big ones. Like the Tundra was probably the biggest I went. Tried an F-150.
Okay.
They're all great, but I'm like, I don't hunt. I don't fish. I'm not moving concrete or major building things. What do I actually need this for? And I thought about it, and I took a hard look at myself, and I realized I need to be able to get to the greenhouse and get plants in the spring,
Yep.
and every so often maybe an antique,
Uh-huh.
and my snowblower to RDO once a year.
Sure.
And so I really just need a pickup. I don't need
Okay.
a truck. As my uncle, the farmer, would say, that's not a truck, that's a pickup.
Okay.
But this pickup's really cool because it has a cooler that's in the bed that pops open, and you can put all kinds of things in there.
It's the ultimate tailgating.
Yeah. Like, made me think of the movie Tommy Boy. You can put soda and... You know what I'm
So,
talking about.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you ever want a
Yep.
road trip with DJ, you guys
Yeah.
could go out to Hershey and then just load the cooler with
I'm just saying.
all of
Man.
the multiple.
Well, and it
That was
sounds like
really
DJ,
good.
you're already prepared of like if you have to haul antiques, lots of good antiques along that
there's a lot
stretch.
A lot of Amish
yeah.
stores, for sure. Yeah, all
So
set.
DJ's next family vacation will be a road trip.
For
Yep.
antiques and chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah. You're talking about, I don't know, 1,350, 1,400 miles. It's not bad. I've driven
Yeah.
it before.
Oh, I've done that drive before, too.
Mm-hmm.
How many hours is that?
Well,
The biggest trick, in
It-
my
it-
opinion,
it
is
depends
getting, is
on-
getting around Chicago. That's always the biggest issue.
yeah, go right through downtown. That's the best way to do it.
You think so?
Uh-huh. I know so.
3 hours in, 3 hours out. That's been my, or 3 hours through
Mm-hmm.
has been my experience every single time except for one.
Okay. Yeah, the fastest I ever went through was in the middle of the night, like, I don't know,
Yeah, everybody's sleeping.
3 in the morning. But
Oh, not in Chicago. They're not. Mm-mm.
but
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. But how long? Well, okay, so the first time or the only time we've driven out there, first we went to Niagara Falls, so you can't count that way. But on the way back, we drove to Pittsburgh, which was like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there we drove all in one shot to Bloomington. That was 15 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
and then
a
it
long
was
drive.
like 3.5 hours.
That's the way that I would prefer to go.
Yeah.
If you're, go
Yeah.
Bloomington then up.
Mm-hmm. So anyway,
I just Googled it on my phone. I'll
Sure.
tell you in a second here once
well,
it
it's going to tell you like 20 hours.
18 hours and 56 minutes.
Oh, which way are you going? Are you taking all the toll roads?
Yeah, it's got the dollar sign by it.
Yeah. Well, bring an extra $75 along. Then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying.
You get on that Pennsylvania Turnpike and look out.
Well, do you have an Easy Pass?
No, but what was the deal now? I think you don't need them now. Like,
They just track you now.
I think so. I could be wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but I know it was like expensive
Mm-hmm.
to go.
But they have the best gas stations.
Oh yeah, they do.
Ever.
Yep.
If you ever drive on a tollway in
Mhm.
the East Coast, I don't know, it's not so much in Illinois, but I think they call them service centers or something like that. It's it's fancy,
Mm-hmm.
something nice,
Yep.
you know. And you go in there and you're just like, wow, this is
Yeah.
amazing.
They are really nice.
This was worth the $75 that I had to pay to get across the state of Pennsylvania.
I forget if it was Ohio. Must have been Ohio. I was like, what am I paying this for? Because it's certainly not the road conditions.
No, it's the
It's the
fancy
service
service centers.
centers.
yeah.
And it's not even like you get stuff from the service centers. It's just to get you access to the service
Right.
centers.
Yep. Yeah.
That's all you're paying for.
Buying stuff at the service centers will be like another 25 plus
Yes.
on
Yeah,
top.
so the service, the toll fee is to like keep maintenance of the service center. Then you buying stuff is how they pay the staff.
It's kind of like going to the
Exactly.
movie theaters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does not include snacks.
So,
No.
I'm trying to remember. Travel center? Does that sound right? It's
I don't
like
remember.
a fancy. I'm like, this is no rest area. This
I
is
don't-
like
I don't remember,
Fancy.
but I do know that having the ability to bring all that stuff back would be totally worth the drive.
all right.
It's good times.
You don't need to go in on the gas. Just got to pay me in peanut butter cups when we get there. I'm gonna open up the cooler, say fill her up.
To the top.
Those are DJs only. So you can fill the bed with
He
anything
just pulls
you
up to
want.
the like
but
stockyard part.
Yeah.
Like, opens the hood. Let's go.
Fill her up.
Yeah.
backs into the like,
With all the
loading dock.
semis.
And every time I've been there in Hershey World, it is packed solid. Like
Yeah.
getting around inside the place is like, if you're claustrophobic or anti people.
What if next time, if you guys fly for whatever reason, DJ just gives you a separate suitcase you can check?
Oh,
and
yeah,
you just
sure.
have to fill.
Fill it up.
I might be okay with that, but I think I'd be nervous about it the entire time. Like, when is Ryan getting back with my suitcase?
There's my suitcase.
If I'm in the car and I'm with you,
Well,
at least I know they're
and-
in the trunk.
And also, isn't it also the mix too of like, if you were to say that sentence any other time, like, when's Ryan getting back with my suitcase? That's a little sketchy.
It really is.
But in this situation, it's totally normal and
See,
fine.
And I never in a million
You're
years
just,
would have
like,
even
walking
thought of
up-
this scenario, because if Ryan would have left and told me, hey, you want me to pick you up one of those big peanut butter cups, I would be anxious
You would
the
have walked
entire
in on
time.
DJ just sitting in his office being like,
I'd be
"Ryan's
like,
not back yet. Ryan's-"
Where is Ryan? Didn't he tell
more
me
days,
he'd be
2
home
more days.
like yesterday? Where
Their
is he?
flight gets delayed and DJ's like, where are
DJ's
you?
sitting on the front porch just waiting for him to pull back
You're
into the
supposed to land
driveway.
2 hours ago.
But I wasn't expecting this, so it's just
Yeah.
this amazing surprise
Yeah.
on like a Tuesday morning, the first day of my week. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, this is amazing.
That's good. No, I could see you asking for us to exchange Life 360.
yeah,
suitcase.
yeah.
I need to.
He's still out there.
No.
Dang it.
DJ's like, here's an air tag.
Yeah.
Tape it to one of the Reese's peanut butter cups.
You think I'm gonna hand it to him? I'm just gonna slip it in.
Yep.
Just like sew it into the suitcase.
That's right.
Man,
Thank you so much. This is very good.
Yes.
And we got cut it up. Eat the next
Oh,
one.
man.
I'm kind of loaded up on the first one, and I will say, I didn't think that the chunk that I had would be as satisfying as it is,
Yeah.
because you look at it and it's so much. It's like, well, that can't be much. I'm good. Like I
Yeah.
don't. I'm looking at the other one like I don't need that. But
No.
at the same time, I totally want to eat that. So
Well, we can save it. We put it in the fridge.
for how long?
I don't know. If it's here Sunday morning, we can share it.
Is it a communion Sunday? Could you like slip it in every couple?
not.
Like, oh,
Dang.
Oh, that would be good. You know, I'd have the most popular line for
oh,
communion.
for sure.
Yeah, you would.
But also maybe tell nobody. Like, it's only for the insiders, people who listen to the
Yes.
podcast. Be like, if I go to DJ's line, I get a
That's
Reese's
right.
cup.
That's right.
Just like have a password that they have to slip you first, and then
Yeah.
you can be like, not the bread.
I say the body of Christ. If they say this is most certainly true, then I'm,
Here's your peanut
Everybody
butter.
else is going, he must be turning around for the gluten-free.
this would be the gluten full. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, there's plenty of gluten in that.
Oh,
'cause
I'm sure.
gluten apparently is delicious. From
Yeah,
what I've heard.
I think so. So, yeah, that was fun.
All right.
Good treat, Ryan.
I'm getting the peanut butter sweat.
Yep, that's how it goes.
I'm glad we did this afterwards because earlier today, like I said, we're getting ready for the fall, and our sermon series is going to be on the Olympic themed, and it's called the Atonement Games.
Okay.
So we're shooting promo videos, and they made me run.
Oh,
Did you run today too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Dayna had to
you
run.
ran?
At the beginning.
You had to do your leg with the torch, right?
Oh, sure.
And I'm really glad that I did that before coming in here.
You didn't get
Because if we
Snoop,
did this
you?
now, I'd be like, I can't do it.
I can't run.
I can't run. Too heavy. Too full.
That's good.
I'm too happy.
Great.
So what's it? Give me a preview. Can you give a preview or no?
A preview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Olympics?
Yeah.
There's
Then
your
you-
preview. Just like that.
So, who's Australia in this Olympics?
All right. Oh.
Is that Satan or is that too mean?
We're winning.
So on my wrist,
Mhm.
this is one thing that I think is kind of cool. If you watch the Olympics early on, one of the first events was the gymnastics with the men, right?
Mm-hmm.
And usually I wear what's called a witness bracelet on my wrist, and it's 5 little symbols that basically sum up the second article of the Apostles' Creed. It's he came, he died, he rose, he ascended, he'll come again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching the Olympics, and lo and behold, I can't remember the name of all the guys. The only one I can remember is Steve, and it wasn't Steve.
Everybody
Stanley.
remembers Steve.
But it was like the team captain,
Wasn't it Brody?
Oh yeah.
Brody. So he meets his dad, and his dad comes and gives him a hug, and on his hat, he has the witness, the Christian faith
Oh.
of those 5 symbols that I wear on my wrist. So I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Well, just like the Olympics, when you went to those Olympic events, you had to have a bracelet on.
Okay.
Well, we have bracelets,
They're woo tubes.
woo tubes.
What does that mean?
It says,
It's a woo tube.
It's what you watch like videos on the woo tubes.
Oh, okay.
tubes. On one side, it says the church's vision, which is
Love God, love people.
love God,
Mhm.
love people. But you can flip it over,
They're reversible.
and you can get powered up.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to get powered up this fall.
Okay.
If you think about, like, why is Atonement here? What we say is we're here to love God and love people.
Mm-hmm.
The next question really is, well, how do you do that? And we would say, we're Acts 1:8. We're called to be witnesses in Jerusalem, in Judea and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
In our case, Fargo, Moorhead, North Dakota, the United States, the world. Well, what does that look like? Well, in Acts 1:8, it says you'll be receive the Holy Spirit in power. And so we use this acronym POWER UP to talk about 7 faith practices that are traditionally known as the marks of discipleship. And it's 7 ways that you live out your Christian faith. And when you do them, just like in the Olympics, you exercise certain muscles and skills to become the best Olympian you can. As Christians, we don't earn our way into heaven, but when we live into our faith and we share the witness that we have in Jesus, we're exercising those faith muscles. And that's what Power Up is about. And so we're going to be talking about why are we here? The why, how, what of atonement is kind of the launch. And then we're going to talk about the 7 marks of discipleship, or Power Up.
Okay.
And we're going to do it in the Olympics theme. So we're going to have all kinds of, like,
We're gonna have Olympic events.
events.
Okay.
Each of the
Break dancing?
marks. Breaking?
Breakdance? Yeah, breaking.
Just have to come
What
and
about
see.
Snoop
Have to
Dogg?
come and see. Snoop
Flavor
Dogg.
Flav?
See, I want somebody to be our version of Snoop. You want to be Snoop?
I'm more like Warren G.
Yeah.
Go on, Pastor.
Does that make me Nate Dogg if you're Warren G? Anyway, I don't know.
So there's going to be Olympic type events.
Yes. I got totally just picturing you dressed up as Snoop Dogg with the USA. Anyway.
And then you could get a shirt with all of our faces on it for each.
Yes.
Whose face is he wearing this week?
One of the events, one of the Olympic events for track and field is called the heptathlon.
Okay.
And that's 7 events that earn you the medal. Just like there's the decathlon. The heptathlon is, I think, specifically the women's track, one of the women's track and field events. Well, we're covering the 7 marks of discipleship. So we're talking about the Atonement Games is the heptathlon, and the first event, just as an example, is going to be Pray Decathlon.
Okay.
And then we have the offer wrestling. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head all these things.
Giving them all away, man.
Yeah. Just, there's more that comes, but that's just an example.
And this starts this Sunday?
Starts Rally Day.
Rally Day,
Oh,
September
Rally
8th.
Day.
Yep.
September 8th,
Yep.
2024.
So we're 2 weeks away. We're 2 weeks
Okay.
away. And
As of this recording.
as of this
Not
recording.
Yeah.
Of the posting.
Yeah.
of this
Although, if anyone can figure out the actual date based on this recording, and hopefully you didn't miss it, this Sunday, well, this won't be
Or
out
go
by
back
this
and watch
Sunday.
it.
It will
Right.
not be.
It
It will
won't
be
out.
after.
All right. Well, what you
You
will
can still
have
talk
missed
about it.
is Blessing of the Backpack. So we have that coming out
Oh,
too.
yeah. Yep.
So if you have a
Back to
backpack
school
or a
season.
briefcase or a purse that you take with to work, bring it to church. We
I
want
have
to
a
bless it.
backpack.
Bring your backpack. We're going to
No.
bless it. There you go.
No.
There you go. And so that's what's going on. And,
Okay.
and thus we get the cool bracelets that we'll hand out to
I
everyone.
like it.
And we
Be
have,
there Rally Day if you want one.
what's the big thing that happens at the Olympics? What do you get at the Olympics?
Medals.
Medals.
Recognition.
Recognition.
Sponsorships.
Money, depending on where you live.
Medals. And so that's going to be something that's coming too. There's going to be an opportunity to earn medals.
Okay.
Am I right on that? Okay, look at Dayna like, is that what we decided? Yeah, okay, that's what we're doing. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
There will be food and stuff too.
Well,
Mhm.
and programs starting. So
I'll take
Yeah.
it.
if you
Sunday
haven't yet,
school
go
will
sign
start.
up.
I'll be part of the cooking crew.
Oh yeah, Ryan's
you in
cooking.
charge of
So
the
if you guys
chocolate
get
muffins?
sick
I'm not
from
in charge
the
of
food,
anything. What's that?
Oh.
Oh.
What did
Okay.
you say?
No,
She
no,
was
no.
getting ready to
Um,
slam you. Like,
I
Nothing.
burn.
I'm actually gonna say my joke again because I know Dayna will appreciate it. Are you making the chocolate muffins then, since it's Olympic themed? There's a pair. No, he's
No,
an
he was
Olympian from Norway,
Norway or Sweden, one of
Yeah.
the two.
and apparently in the Olympic Village they had these like delicious chocolate muffins, and he became known on TikTok as the chocolate muffin guy because
Oh,
he always had
really?
one every day, and he would make videos with them.
Yeah.
I don't know about all of you, but I actually appreciated Ray Gunn's breaking skills.
Did you?
Mhm.
Are you
they're,
serious?
They're better than mine.
I doubt that.
I feel bad for her. You know, she
I,
came to
and I
represent
feel
the
bad for
country.
her too. However,
I don't, because
I
the
feel
story of how she got to the Olympics
That's
is
true,
actually
though.
genius, and the fact that I've never thought to just find a sport that does not have a governing body, make one, send yourself to the Olympics.
Perfect.
she's the president of the
Is that what happened?
Australian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her and her
Really?
husband were looking. They're like, "What's a sport coming to the Olympics that they
that
were involved in
Australia
breakdancing
doesn't.
beforehand?"
Yes,
but
technically, I guess I'm not sure if this is true, but I guess she is a professor of the history of breakdancing at a Australian college.
Wow.
found out that they don't have a governing body.
So, because
Made
you have to
it.
have one, you have to have a governing
Wow.
body
Yep.
for the country to get entered into the Olympics to compete. And Australia had not had one yet, so
Okay.
she said, "Done deal, let's
Yeah,
go."
I'll
Listen,
do it.
Hmm.
I watched her do her thing, and I thought that her thing was definitely better than me. But
And
what?
the kangaroo pose is iconic.
But at the same time, she wasn't at the level of the people that she was competing against. So
She
it's,
wasn't even on the level of like her own teammates. Well,
again, let's see you spin on your head.
she didn't, so would I have to?
It's just like any other Olympic sport. Like I watch swimming, I'm like, I can swim. Can't swim like that.
No, not quite.
Or you watch the gymnastics, like
Or
I know how to do a somersault,
the
a
one-
backflip.
Yeah.
I can't do
From
what they do.
Sydney
No.
That I
No.
sent
No.
you, that Keenan and Kevin were looking at. I sent you that about. Was
of
it?
breaking or
Nope, the swimmer.
swimming? Kate Campbell.
No,
Oh.
it was like from like the Sydney Games or
Oh,
like wherever it was. Like it was like 2000 or something.
yes. And he was the lone representative from his country for swimming.
Yep.
And he could he
Yes.
could
He like looked like he was
barely
drowning.
swim.
Yes, I did actually
Yes.
see that clip. Yes. Yeah. Well, in
No,
either
I'll
case,
send it to
we are going to have an excellent games here at Atonement.
Perfect.
And if you want to break dance, go right ahead.
It was a clear dark night, a clear white moon.
I'm just gonna start.
What's that from?
Something those two know that we don't, so it's got to be old.
It's Regulate by Warren G.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that's good enough.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of That Podcast. Don't forget that you can find us every Sunday morning at 9 and 10:30, either here at Atonement, 4601 South University Drive in Fargo, or online at atonement.live or atonementfargo.org. We also have a YouTube channel where you can find our services live or a wide variety of resources. Again, that's YouTube, atonement.live or atonementfargo.org. So for all of us here at Atonement, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time for another riveting episode of That Podcast.